The king's power is very interesting for the little prince. With such power, the little prince can watch many sunsets every day, not only 44, but 72, or 100, or 200 on the same day. And he can still sit in one place. At that moment he remembers his little planet, and he feels a little sad. He asks the king for something. I want to see a sunset. Please, can you order the sun to go down? If I order a general to fly from one flower to another like a butterfly, or to write a book, or to change into a seabird, and if the general doesn't do it, is it his mistake? Asks the king. Your mistake, says the little prince. Exactly. We must ask what others can do, the king continues. The control has to be reasonable. If you order your people to jump into the sea, they can start a revolution. I can control because my control is reasonable. And my sunset, says the little prince, who never forgets a question when he asks it. You can have your sunset. I can order it. But I have my rules. We must wait. You can have your sunset when the conditions are right. The little prince doesn't want to wait. When are the conditions right for my sunset? The little prince asks. Wait, says the king, then he takes a big calendar. This evening at 7:40. And you can see that everything is as I order. The little prince yawns. He is sad that the conditions are not right for his sunset. Then this planet starts to be boring for him. I have nothing to do here, he says to the king. I want to continue on my journey. Don't go, says the king. He is happy because finally he is a king for somebody. Don't go. You can be my minister. Minister of what? Minister of justice. But there is nobody here who I can judge. You never know, says the king. And maybe there is somebody here who we don't see. But I can see all your planet, says the little prince. He looks at the planet again. There is nobody else on the planet. You can judge you, says the king. It is very difficult. It is more difficult than to judge other people. If you can do it, it is because you are really a clever man. But if I want to judge me, I don't have to be here, says the little prince. I can do it in other places too. I believe, says the king, that somewhere on my planet there is a mouse. I hear the mouse at night. You can judge the mouse. You can send the mouse to prison. I don't want to send the mouse to prison. Now I think that I can leave. No, says the king. The little prince is ready for his departure. But he doesn't want to make the old king sad. So he says, if you want to control me, you can give me a reasonable order. For example, you can tell me to leave now. I think that the conditions are right. The king says nothing. The little prince waits for a moment. Then he doesn't want to wait longer. And he starts to leave. You are my ambassador, the king shouts. Adults are very strange, the little prince thinks when he continues on his journey. The little prince comes to the second planet. He sees another strange man. The man likes when people admire him. Another person who admires me, says the man when he sees the little prince. He believes that all people admire him. Good morning, says the little prince. You have a funny hat. I use this hat when I say good morning to people who come to visit me. But not many people visit me here. Really? Says the little prince. Really? Clap your hands, says the man. The little prince claps his hands. And the man touches his hat, and he moves the hat a little. This is more fun than the visit to the king, the little prince thinks. The little prince claps his hands again and again. The man touches his hat again and again. After 5 minutes of this exercise, the little prince starts to be tired of this game. Do you only touch your hat? Or can you do something else? He asks. But the man doesn't hear him. This type of people never hear other people. They hear only when somebody admires them. Do you really admire me very much? He asks the little prince. What is admire? To admire is to believe that I am the most handsome, the richest and the most intelligent man on the planet. But you are the only man on your planet. Yes, I know that I am the only man on this planet. But please admire me. I admire you, says the little prince. But I don't understand why it is so important to you. The little prince has nothing else to do on this planet. So he continues on his journey. Adults are very strange, he thinks when he is leaving this planet. When the little prince visits the next planet, he sees a man. This man drinks a lot. He is drunk. This is a very short visit. And it is a sad visit. What are you doing? He asks the drunk man. The drunk man sits before bottles. Some bottles are empty. Some bottles are full. I am drinking, says the drunk man. His face is not happy. Why are you drinking? The little prince asks. I want to forget, says the drunk man. To forget what? Asks the little prince. To forget that I feel horrible, says the drunk man. And he puts his head down. Why do you feel horrible? Asks the little prince. The little prince wants to help the drunk man. I feel horrible because I drink so much. I know that it is bad to drink so much, says the drunk man. Then he is quiet. The little prince leaves the planet. The adults are very, very strange, he thinks when he continues on his journey.